work. We prefer to take risk and then adjust than just doing nothing and you turn around and giving always the same kind of operator.
All right.
So it's more of an evolving prop.
Exactly.
Cool.
What's your favorite new operator?
It has to be Valkyrie.
Yeah?
Those cameras that she has are amazing. I absolutely love them. But I also got to say that Blackbeard's primary gun loadout is really awesome. Introducing the Scar into the game, I'm so hyped about that.
And there's the Desert Eagle too that we.
The Deagle hype.
I remember Twitch chat was pretty excited about this one too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Did you get to try it?
The Deagle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, usually I don't really like it compared to the other pistols because usually when you pull out your pistol, it's to finish out someone. You don't really need that additional damage, but it is really. I mean, it's fun to see like that iconic pistol being introduced in the game. Yeah.
All right. Just a quick reminder so that everyone's on the same page. Those operators will be live when the season goes live, but the season pass holders are going to get them for 1 week as an exclusivity. Then they will be available, of course, for free to everyone for 2,500 renown, 25,000, 3 zeros. I'm French, sorry. Struggling with English numbers now. Or 600 rainbow credits if people are too eager and they don't want to do the grind and they don't want to wait. So yeah, it's going to be available for everyone, and I'm pretty excited to see which side people are going to go on. Are they going to buy Valkyrie or Blackbeard? I don't know. So let's get into the improvements, because I know a lot of people are curious about the patch notes. They're going to be coming on May 9th. The full patch notes, but we want to really talk about the biggest points about it. We want to give you some insight about what's going on here. So we have quite a bit of things to cover here. And I think we had one question from the chat that was very accurate.
Yeah, this one comes from Twitter, from @PC_MRCC. Thank you very much for your question. He asks, are there any plans to buff the less picked operators, such as Montagne, IQ, and Tachenka?
And I'm glad you asked. This is exactly the operators that we plan to buff.
Yeah, that's hilarious because we were going to cover these 3 because they're the 3 biggest changes. They're not just basically rebalancing, they're straight up reworks of operators. Maybe, Leroy, you can walk us through them a little bit?
Yeah, but first of all, IQ, we changed the way that his gadget work. Now you will have a better, we changed the FX so you will see really well through your gadget. So it will be easier to trade kill and to start to shoot. And also it will spot the gadget, but it will show you the shape of the gadget.
Yeah, as we can see.
Yeah. So it's easier for you to understand, okay, and to prioritize, like, okay, should I shoot this? Or should I don't care because it's like, and as we mentioned, it's really cool to spot the cameras we see, and she can, you see,
yeah, such as security cameras or Valkyrie cameras.
It will be way easier for her to shoot the stuff.
Yeah, besides that, we also have a Montagne rework.
Yeah.
He's getting basically a super shield. He already had a pretty mighty shield, but now he's getting basically extensions on the sides, which is going to allow him to really protect his teammates. What's the design intention behind that?
The idea is that we really wanted to get to be the front man, like being in a door and no one can do nothing. And times to time, because of the modulation and stuff, people were able, to land, shoot, and to kill him. So with this side flap, we expect him to be really protecting on a 180-degree perspective.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really the idea of when he guard a door or an entrance, you know that it's safe.
Yeah. How do you feel about that change on Montagne?
Well, now he's going to be able to not only like block the door, but actually block the door and then turn a little bit to see what's going on, like on the left side and on the right side, without being punished.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to give more information for his team than before.
Yeah. Shields are all about like getting information, and Montagne should be able to like get more information than the other shields, and that's what he is able to do now.
You think it's going to make people use him more?
Yes, I don't think it's going to be used in the Pro League just yet, but I think, there's definitely going to be a lot more people, playing Montagne.
Yeah, we could get a surprise. We never know.
Exactly.
Never know. We have some shield players out there.
Yeah, we saw it.
And we thought of you. And finally, our third bigger rework of the operators, we have Tachenka. The famous Tachenka.
Yeah, so basically there are 2 parts of this revamp. There is the first one that we speed up the animation of deploying the machine gun, or I don't know when you said undeploying the machine gun.
Yeah.
So it's easier for you to move.
So like get in, get out.
Exactly, through round, and you can change position. And also we change the way it's work with detection. So now you will be able to put it like in corner, closer to wall.
Okay.
So basically you will have a way more. It's more analogic. You will have
More use, more
yeah,
versatility.
more spot where you can really hide, really take a corner, and try to really forbid a line of fire or something like that.
But also, this is kind of the first start for Tachanka,
Yeah.
right?
But
we always look at different operators.
As we mentioned, is that this patch is the beginning of a reworking on more operator, and as we mentioned, we want to be reactive and more over time, balance operator and add change and stuff like that. We will continue to do this kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
more.
Because we did have we do have other operator that got some slight balance changes, but those are basically the
Biggest
three
one, yeah.
biggest changes. The others are more like changing the loadout slightly, stuff like that.
Yeah, or area of effects that
Yeah,
increase. Or
for
decrease,
example.
For example.
Let's let them discuss about this and find out in the patch notes. I want to keep a little mystery
Sure.
alive. One more thing, you did talk about well, actually, we didn't touch about it that much. I don't know if people noticed, but the lighting has been reworked so that basically it's easier to like do transition from outside and
Exactly,
inside.
yeah.
Did you notice trying it?
Not that much because I didn't play the graphics I'm used to. So
okay.
you know, but I'm sure I would notice, and I think that's a good change because you know back then it was really hard to like engage in a fight because you would be so scared of getting into the building because you didn't see anything, right? And same thing for outside, like. Defenders going outside is a good thing now because Blackbeard is so strong repelling. So defenders have to make sure that it's safe outside to go to counter Blackbeard. So yeah, that's a good change.
All right, sounds good. Also, besides that, I have one I'm really excited about. It might seem minor for some people, but I think it's a pretty big change. It's the gadget placement cancellation possibility. So now basically our players are going to be able to stop placing a gadget whenever they want to and be very reactive. If anybody wants to chirp in and tell me how they feel it's going to change the game.
So we can see on the video, you see as soon as you start to see the electrocution, you can cancel the deployment. And I think it will impact on the Termite and Bundy maybe.
The rivalry.
Yeah, the rivalry we saw on Garage.
Yeah, it's going to remove a bunch of battery tricks, and honestly, like I don't think it's that bad of a thing. At first, I was really against it, but now I think it's fine. Like, really, Thermite shouldn't be punished that hard for placing down his exothermic charge. Like that's what he does, and I really like this change too because back then, what defenders would do is they would wait for an attacker. They would make like a hole very very low. And then they would just wait for the attackers to go and plant the breach charge. And while they're planting the breach charge, they can't do anything. So they would just shoot and spam the wall and get a kill. The attackers, what they would do to counter that is they would literally like move, in the way of the little like gap, and then they would stop and they would fake like placing down the breach charge.
Just to check if.
Yeah, and that's so silly. Like it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So now it's not like that anymore. People won't be faking placing charges, and I really like this change. I mean, it's making the game more about playing the game rather than playing against the mechanics. Yeah.
That sounds good to me. We also have one big change, which is customization between rounds, which means people are going to be able to change their attachments, change anything they want, basically. Tell me your thoughts, everybody.
We were discussing with Serenity, and he had a good point on the rank system, because I'll let you continue on this one.
Sorry, what was it?
Like the idea is that when you play ranked, you don't know the map you're going to play.
Yeah.
So if you have equipped, for example, ACOG or Holosight, if it's a map with a long engagement range, you're kind of meh.
Yeah.
So now you're able to change your loadout and to adapt depending of the map, depending of the playstyle of your opponent. So I think it will create more, like a mini meta game inside each fight.
Yeah, definitely. Before, with the Pro League, it was fine because they know what map they're going to be playing. For the Go For as well, for the match we just played, that was fine. But yeah, for ranked, it was really frustrating. Like you would put an ACOG and you would play like in Oregon, which is like super close quarter. So yeah, like I said, I like this change, and I think it should have been in the game, but now we got it, and it's awesome.
A feature that everybody's been asking for since literally.
Yeah, I think this is the community MVP.
huge.
Like we probably did the beta, and they were like, customization
It's such a
between rounds.
huge quality of life change while you're
Yeah.
playing the game, and it makes it feel so much better when you're going into a map that you're not maybe prepared for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it removes the kind of like awkward moments when someone starts a search and then one of the guys like, oh, I got to remove my ACOG, and then you stop the search just
One
for that.
second,
It's like,
guys.
come on, dude.
Hold on.
Now
Yeah,
you can change
exactly.
it mid
Yeah,
round.
it's great.
Yeah. So that should really facilitate queuing up for the next game.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you have any questions from the community, Justin? I think you did.
Yeah. So one thing about the upcoming ranked, upcoming changes to season 2 ranked. This one's from @YingNYG84. Are ranks going to be reset for season 2?
The answer is yes. They will be reset for season 2. But we would like you to read the patch note for the full information, because actually there's quite a few changes, and I think if we start covering them now, we're going to be there for a little while. So
Yeah, it's impossible to really capture everything that we're doing in about 2 minutes. So definitely check out the patch notes when they're released.
all I can tell you is a seasonal rank is happening,
It's an int.
and I think it should be pretty interesting to see everybody trying it. I'm excited to see it anyway. So what are you guys looking forward to the most, like with season 2? Is there anything that stands out to you?
The
If you had to pick one.
optics. The
Oh.
reflex sight
Oh,
is
yeah.
reworked, and now it's beautiful. The red dot is like super tiny. It used to be like a big, fat dot, and lots of people really didn't like the optics in the game. And now they're fixed, and it feels really like it feels good. Like they are satisfying to work with. And basically, to those of you that are on Twitch, lots of people, they've been asking me every time they see a stream of me. When I get EMP'd with a reflex sight, the triangle gets really close. That's the size that the reflex has now. So it looks like way better, right? And it's solid too. It's not blurry. It's literally like a solid triangle. So I like this. This is really good.
I like that this is your pick, because it would seem like so small to some people, but it's so
Actually,
important
it
to
matters.
others.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it
sure,
matters
for
a lot. I'm excited about it.
And it was not like intuitive. Some people would literally ask me, where do the bullets go? And I would have to tell them at the tip of the triangle, but a little bit lower. And that's not intuitive. Now it's intuitive.
So it's good for newcomers too.
For sure, yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Leroy, can you tell us a little bit about our plans for the future of Rainbow? So
Yeah.
we're starting season 2, but what comes next?
But what comes next is that, as you mentioned, that we
Season
want
3.
yeah, for sure, season 3. But the idea is that we continue to hear the community because of you, because of a lot of people, and we know that we have some stuff to fix, and it takes time, and we are really learning. Also, it's a very different process to make this kind of game, to have a living game with the meta games that change and trying to ID stuff while fixing other stuff. But we are listening to you. It's great to work with you guys. I mean, everyone, like or Twitch chat or Reddit, and because and even if sometimes it doesn't happen as fast as people want, in the end, it will happen. Like, for example, the customization. We are
It is there.
but it is there.
OP delivered.
And and the more the time will go, the more we will learn, and the more we will get better at delivering stuff faster and fix the stuff faster. So yeah, I think season 3 will be I can't spoil for now, but you can expect that us being even better on trying to deliver and fix
Yeah.
all the issues.
Yeah, season 3, we're aiming for being very solid, and we are aiming for community feedback as well.
Yeah.
So can't wait for that too.
Yeah.
So continue to give us feedback. It's super important to us. The devs are all the time reading the subreddit, looking at Twitch. We're very interested in what people have to say. So
It's prime material for us. Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's very important. So let's do a quick recap. Basically, 2 new operators, 1 new map, a bunch of improvements that you're going to have to read up on the patch notes for the full information, released on May 9th. Can't wait to share that with you, to be honest. Let's do a little prediction, because we have some finals that are going to be happening. It's going to be Europe versus Europe, Port North Americans. At least you guys won the season 2 show match.
Yeah, we were doing. Yeah, but I mean, I really thought Orbit was gonna take it. Honestly, like they won the